We are back with Paychecks Radio. I'm Danny Murphy.
I'm Evan Real.
Evan, why are we vibing?
Because Carmen Carrera is in the house.
Hello.
We're so excited to have you.
Yes.
How's it going?
It's going good.
It is going
Yeah.
good. It's been a good year for you.
It has been.
Yeah, Trans Los Angeles. You're winning awards, Best Actress.
I know.
I mean, how does it feel to have this film out there and to be so it's been so well received?
Yeah, it was a little scary at first because we shot the film like towards the tail end of COVID. So there was a lot of like restrictions. We had to wear like these shields, and that kind of can get distracting when you're trying to act. And this was my first lead.
Yeah.
So there was like pressure, like I need to do really good. So it was just nice to see that, you know, people liked it. It resonated. I mean, the story was written by a trans person, directed by a trans person, produced, edited, everything by a trans person.
Wow.
And that's Case Pena. And this particular part of the film, I play Vergara, and it's written basically it's more about her actual life, the director Case. And it was a blessing. Honestly, It was a challenge, but it was a blessing. And so I'm really happy that it's out. People can watch it, and it's authentic.
Oh, and how does it feel? Because I'm assuming to make art during COVID, like the restrictions and everything, how does it feel that you're like, oh my God, we can have like premiere parties and people can go and see it? Like, did you almost feel like when you were doing it, will that ever be a reality again?
Well, yeah, I was afraid, like, is this even going to ever come out? You know, and then we went through like the writer's strike, and it was all of that. Yeah. So I'm like, all right, so I finally got this lead, you know, and that's like a coveted thing in Hollywood. It's like you start out with these little roles if you're lucky. And then when you get your lead, it's like, okay, this is my time to shine. This is my time to show people that I can act and I can do this, and they can trust me with bigger roles. And so, yeah, it was a little scary, but thank God it worked out.
Yeah, I mean, you got your start on reality TV. Obviously, fans got to know you on RuPaul's Drag Race forever ago. But was this always kind of like the master plan, like using that as leverage to one day become an actress and do the Hollywood thing?
Well, honestly, I didn't really know where it was going to take me.
Yeah.
I knew that I wanted to transition right after Drag Race. And I did Drag Race, not necessarily to win, but more so to just document my life at the time.
Oh.
Yeah, because I knew my life was going to change. I had no idea what it was going to look like. The world was a different place for trans people back then. It was kind of like you transition and you just disappear. And nobody really knows, you know, what can come of it. And I guess I was just lucky to be right place, right time. I was the first trans model to be signed at Elite, which is big.
Right.
And, you know, it's been kind of like a trailblazing journey, you know, like people didn't think there was like a nuance, like people didn't think they could see trans people in, you know, mainstream media and acting and modeling, and I remember the struggle to change that, you know, to show people like, you know, I'm a person too, like I'm a smart person, I have something to offer, I have something valuable. And it was a lot of like trying to prove myself. So there wasn't necessarily a plan per se. It was just kind of like, I know I got to make this change happen, and so I'm going to figure it out.
Right. I mean, you really were always at the forefront of advocating for change. I remember there was a big push from you for Victoria's Secret to be inclusive of trans models in their show. They got it wrong for so long, and then they eventually realized they needed to make some changes. And now the Victoria's Secret fashion show is, you know, back in action, and they're including size inclusivity, and they are also including trans models like Alex Kansani.
I love her. Yeah.
I am
so
obsessed
funny.
with Alex Kansani, but she's, you know, on the billboards in Times Square promoting the Victoria's Secret fashion show. What do you make of the changes that they have eventually made? And is that still a dream for you to walk the Victoria's Secret runway?
I mean, I think it's a dream for anyone, you know. You know, I'm trying to think of like the right thing to say, because it does stir up things inside of me, because this, you know, we're talking about like 10 years ago, right? When it was still like such a nuance, and it wasn't necessarily me trying to call to like push to be a part of the show. It was the fans that like wanted that, and it was the people, it was the public. And so I felt more of a responsibility to continue that narrative and hope to see what happens. And they kind of took a really long time. They changed their CEO a bunch of times. But you know what hasn't changed is their marketing people. It's actually the same people that have always been around. Yeah. So I feel like I would love to have like a happy ending to the story. And be like, sure, like I'll come and support or walk or whatever. because it's a service to the people at the end of the day.
Right.
Like me as an entertainer is a service to people, and them as a brand, you know, it's to service women, all women, you know, who wear bras, you know, like, or underwears. And so it would be cool. I don't know if it's something that's can happen. Maybe. I don't know.
think it can happen.
I would love to.
Yeah, it would be fun because also it kind of is a thing where you said it took them a while for them to learn. And I feel, just in my opinion from watching what they've been doing lately, I'm like, I don't know if they learned or they're just kind of like, how can we make people stop doing something? Because it's like, oh my God, yeah, they're so inclusive now. Alex, you know what I mean? So I feel like they do have a long way to go with a lot of the stuff too.
I feel like it's lacking is like heart and soul.
Yes.
You know, like where's the heart and soul? Where's the genuineness? Like I get it. It's a business. You guys almost went out of business, you know, like I get it. And of course people need to get paid and all that. But there's an element that of humility, and there's and that kind of doesn't make sense because being in your underwear is like very vulnerable. You know, you'd expect to see a little bit more realness, authenticity, and you know, we'll see at the end of the day. Like I said, I would love to, but I don't know if that's something that they have thought about. I'm not sure where they are as a company.
It's also an interesting thing too, because I feel now a lot of, like you were saying with humility and vulnerability, I feel it is kind of a thing where if they want to keep up, because now a lot of things that are being like advertiser businesses, they lean into kind of more of like the humanness of it. And for so long, Victoria's Secret was the antithesis of that, you know, kind of where they were like, they basically, it was like a parade of like unattainable people.
Right.
And that's where they kind of wanted to be like,
like that elitist sort of mentality.
Yeah. And now that's just so not in literal fashion, or fashion where it's kind of like, I can't even know if they would get to a world where they start to do that or not.
I mean, I think people always look to do that in some way, shape, or form. I feel like even with social media, like with influencers, like, well, who has the best body? Who's the most beautiful? Who's posting the most? It's just like part of human nature, I guess.
Right.
And so I think, if you are going to be the head of like a very large company with a lot of money behind you, a history behind you, why not bend to like what's current? It only makes sense. But I feel like there's this rigidness sometimes in fashion specifically, like this is what it needs to look like because we have to hold this like very high thing, and it's so sometimes it's hard to make change in that realm.
How would you describe the state of trans inclusivity in Hollywood and entertainment in this current socio-political climate? Because I know it's been a tough time, and you know, my heart goes out to you and the trans community, because it's a lot of you guys are dealing with a lot. Oh yeah. And you know, it's, for a little while we were able to feel like there was hope, like, oh wow, like now, you know, they have to be inclusive, you know, this is what it is, like we're here, we're ready to work. And so a lot of the girls that I know, especially in LA, you know, LA is a tough place to live. I've lived there for 4 years and I would probably never go back. You know, you sit and you wait and you hold on to that hope and you try to sharpen your skills. And, you know, where we are right now, it seems like everyone else is taking priority. And until we can get to a place where it's trendy again, I know it sounds weird.
No,
it's like, once it could be like trendy again, like maybe, but I've been campaigning behind the scenes for me to have like actual, you know, authentic stories for so long. You know, I don't want to like play the same stereotypical role. But unfortunately, like that's what's available. And if I want to get paid and if I want to work and if I want to grow, I'm just going to have to do it. And so that's where I'm at with it. Like I ideally would love to have a love interest to play, you know, a Sex and the City type of role, like because that's my real life. Like outside of, it's kind of like I'm living this amazing life that I wish more people knew about. But then when I go in front of the camera or when I go to read a script, it's like these, you know, roles from like, I feel like are so old and outdated, like
archaic.
Yeah. Like
what are the roles that you're reading for right now?
Well, it's kind of like the sex worker, the one that is very socially awkward, or like gender fluid and like, or different parts of my transition where I'm not there anymore. So it's hard for me to play like, you know, someone that's like ambiguous gender. 'Cause like I'm already on the other side. I am so like in, you know, on the other side of the fence. So You know, and then my agent will say, well, this is what's out there.
Yeah.
You know, unless you want to compete with doing cis roles, but then, that gets like really controversial because now it's like, oh, well, why is the trans girl not doing the trans role?
Right.
Because now if like the not trans person can't play the trans person, then they can't play our roles either.
That conversation gets complicated.
So weird.
Because of all this, is that why you did that factor into your decision to dip your toes back into the reality TV world and go on the Real Housewives of Miami this season?
Yeah.
Okay, I gotta say, Carmen, when I saw that you were filming with the girls, I was like, this is so fucking exciting. And Carmen Carrera better have a mojito. And I would just love, I would love the story of you sort of breaking barriers and making history as the first full-time trans housewife. Was that the hope, or did you kind of know that you were going into the experience filming as a guest? Like, how did this come to be, first of all?
So it's funny. My friend Kiki is on the show.
We love Kiki.
Yeah, and me and Kiki have the same modeling agent, and that's just by chance. I had no idea that she was even on the show. I wasn't watching the show. We would just hang out like at jobs or like swim week or like just events and stuff like that. Because we have the same agent, so we'd all go together as an agency, and so we just clicked. And I think it was her idea to talk to the producers. So I'm like, okay, she told me after she talked to them, she told me like, hey girl, like you might get an email or something. I'm like, okay. And oddly enough, or funny enough, the same guys that produced my season of Drag Race were producing this season.
Oh, wow.
So they remember me. They're like, I remember you from Drag Race.
Oh,
That's so cool.
I'm like, all right, this is like meant to be, because I wasn't going to do it. I wasn't going to do it. I was like, I don't know.
But having
you felt trusted with the people. Yeah.
Having that familiarity.
Yeah. And so I'd love to have a mojito, but I have to get married first.
Okay.
No, you don't.
Well, I mean, there are housewives who aren't married.
No,
I know, but I don't know. In my mind, I'm like, if I'm going to be on Housewives as a housewife, I need to be like a housewife.
And I do love, like, in the scenes you were in, like, you and Larsa were, like, you guys were like, she was like, oh my God, Carmen's here. Like, you really vibe with a lot of the ladies.
I do, and some I don't.
Oh, wait, which ones were challenging to get along with, would you say?
So I want to say everyone was pretty open, but the ones that were the most challenging, I'd say Lisa was the most challenging.
Really?
Yeah, and like I want to like her so bad because I love like a glamour girl.
Yeah,
you know?
she's very glamorous.
You're like, I can understand you being 2 hours late for glam.
But she just did not like me.
Really? Why do you think that
I don't
is?
know. She was so rude to me.
So what did she do?
Well,
Carmen.
So so we filmed a couple times. I could tell that she was like, all right, like let's see who this Carmen person is. At the premiere party, at the finale episode.
Oh yes.
The Christmas party.
Yeah. I think I was like passing next to her or something. Like she was doing a scene and I was like going to the bathroom. And as I passed by her, she like looked at me, like rolled her eyes.
Oh my
God.
Like, for just no reason?
For no reason. So I go up to her after. I'm like, girl, what was that about? She's like, what do you mean? I'm like, I saw you roll your eyes at me. No, I didn't. I'm like, ugh. Okay.
It was unmistakably an eye roll.
It was definitely an eye roll. And I don't know, she just was like, oh, you know, I'm doing a scene and like, you know, I was told not to engage with you. And I'm like, well, I'm wearing a microphone, so I don't understand why someone would tell you that.
Yeah.
That feels like a lie.
Do you think, because were you... I know, like, you're closest with Kiki, but you and Larsa, do you think it was because of your friendship with Larsa or just something?
Well, this is the thing. I had no idea what was going on because I was working. So I was supposed to be there from the first episode. And I had to go to Houston. Then the next time they asked me, I had to do something. Like I was doing shows, I was doing prides, I was doing things.
Right.
So I wasn't able to like film every single time. So by the time I was able to film, they were already in this big drama.
So you weren't caught up on
No,
everything
they were like
that
trying to fill me in, and I was trying to engage, but I couldn't because they were so locked in.
Okay,
and so I was like, all right, I'm just gonna stay here and just watch, I guess.
Wow. Like, and so was that the last that you and Lisa have interacted?
No. So then the premiere party came.
Oh gosh.
And so you know they do all their press.
Yeah.
And then so I think they get there like at 6 p.m. and all the guests get there at 7. So I got there at 7, and they did all their press. They did their step and repeats, their interviews, like whatever. And so I get there, I do my pictures, I do my thing, I get a little drunk, like whatever. And the producers, the same guys that I know, they did like a little cheers, like, guys, thanks for coming. This was an epic season. You know, we love you guys, whatever. They take a huge group shot of all the cast. And once they start to break up, I'm like, wait, I want to get my picture too.
Yeah.
So I go in the middle with the guys and the girls, and we take a group shot. Oh my God, Lisa comes up to me. She's like, I just want to let you know that was so rude of you to jump in and take a picture. You are not a cast member.
Stop.
Yeah.
What? So she has this like weird
I
vendetta
was like, dude,
against you.
what?
That's...
Like, you are not a producer.
Right.
Also that.
like,
So don't tell me what to do.
I do want. Do you know what? I think it might be Carmen because she is a glamour girl, and you are very much a glamour girl. Maybe it's just like glamour girl on
see, I'm a
glamour girl.
girl's
Hey,
girl.
you. Oh.
And I'm a trans girl, so it's different.
Right.
You know, it's like I'm more of like, girl, let's get cute.
Right. You want to have a
Yeah.
good time. Maybe we've interviewed Lisa before. We've had good moments with her, but I would assume that maybe she's a little bit intimidated by you because you do have such a beautiful presence, and I feel like maybe she's, I don't know. I
Jelly?
hate that.
You think she's peanut butter and jelly?
I mean, maybe. I'm not.
It was giving. You're not allowed to shine.
Oh.
It was giving that, and I was like,
Yeah.
ew,
Which,
I
like,
don't like that. For
And
her.
also like on an ensemble show too.
Right.
That's not
With a lot of girls. With a lot. So she's already sharing the spotlight with so many, but I mean, you shine
And also,
pretty
it's funny
bright.
because
So.
a lot of them are mad at her. So you would think if there's like a newer face, she'd be like, "Oh my God, please like me."
Oh,
You
right.
know?
Oh, right. Exactly. That's a good point, Danny.
Now, did you watch the reunion last week?
I did.
Did you? So
Yeah.
Julia and Adriana,
Yeah.
what are we making of this?
You know what? I felt the chemistry a long time ago with that whole like friend engagement thing. I was like,
Okay.
what's going on here? And even my boyfriend, maybe fiance soon.
Yeah, he's
we're
handsome.
watching. Yeah,
So
we're watching the
hot.
show together, and he was like, "What is that about? Like, why are they flirting? Like, because he's such a faithful person. He's
Yeah.
like, you shouldn't. I don't want to see you kissing any of these girls. Like, he's
okay.
like, that's not cool.
Well, then stay away from Julia.
And so I know,
She loves a smooch.
Yeah.
I know, but that was like my first thing. I was like, maybe they hooked up because I mean, I come from queer culture, and you know, we be hooking up with people. It's like nothing, and so yeah, that was when I was like,
Mhm. And also, I was kind of shocked that Julia made the reveal because I'm like, you're the married one. You know what
Well,
I mean?
she did say, doesn't she
Yeah.
say that she and Martina were going through
Going
a tough
through
time?
something, or-
But still, I don't know. Maybe Martina's cool with it.
maybe.
I don't.
I guess
Martina
we'll
and cool in sentences don't really strike me.
Do you feel an inclination
No, right.
towards Adriana or Julia? Do you get along with one over the other more?
I would say Adriana's been the sweetest.
Oh, she's
to me,
such
most
a nice
embracing.
girl.
Yeah,
Yes.
like she's been a real sweetheart. Julia, I have no issues with Julia. I know that. I mean, watching, I didn't realize all that happened between her and Gertie. I was just like very disappointed. I was disappointed. 'Cause-
Disappointed in Julia.
Yeah, well, I felt like the whole cast would like, I don't know, maybe like didn't like Gertie that much. I kind of felt that. a little
Right,
bit.
and it does kind of feel that way, and that's very upsetting for us because we love Gertie
I love
so
Gertie.
much. She's such a
Gertie
good
was the
time.
most communicative, like hitting me up for no reason, like, "Hey, girl, like, what's
Well,
up?"
when
love that.
when we had her in the studio recently, she was just singing your praises, and
Oh, really?
She
she
loves
was
you.
saying that you
Yes.
did deserve a mojito. So
Aw, she's
you know, maybe we'll get that for you soon. Would you be open to coming back for another season?
Yeah, yeah,
Would
Okay.
your
of course,
is the man down for it?
yeah.
Okay. All right.
Now
I'm
I
into
love
that.
it because I do love that you were like, well, I think I would need to be married to be a
Yeah,
housewife.
that's what I'm
so
planting that seed.
If
You know what I
anyone
mean?
has idea, so that's on. We could see an engagement on the vision board soon.
Oh, that's yeah.
Definitely happening.
It's been.
Okay. How long have you guys been together?
Gosh, 3 years.
Okay, 3 years. That's
wow, yeah.
that's substantial.
It'd be my second marriage, so.
All
Yeah.
right. Okay.
Now-
Well, technically my third, but I married the first person twice.
Okay, so yeah,
I
okay.
see. Okay.
Now,
Oh wait, that brings us to. I just thought. Okay, so you love Jennifer Lopez.
I do.
You love Jennifer.
I
Lopez.
love her.
We love Jennifer Lopez
Yeah.
so much too, and we were like salivating over your selfie with Jennifer at World Pride. So jealous that you met her. But thoughts
Yeah.
on her and Ben maybe getting back together?
I saw that. I was like,
I'm
maybe
obsessed.
I kind of felt like, oh, maybe she got like that, like ex-man, D this week. Maybe I don't know.
she
Let's
was,
hope.
It was a little more than
Maybe.
the olive oil. She was glowing a little extra. Yeah. Now because it's funny. A lot of people are thinking because I literally them on that carpet. I was like, I've never seen them
There was chemistry. right?
happier and happier
Yes.
together. And I wonder if it's a thing where, do you think they're better just kind of like being in this what are we situation
Maybe.
versus
Sometimes it works. Sometimes you're meant to be with someone, but not in the same way like the rest of the world sees like how man and woman should be together.
Right.
You know, and sometimes like, you know, when you get like the older I get, I'm just like, my life doesn't have to look like the ideal,
Yeah.
you know, life, like, you know, with my partner or whatever, like you just make it up as you go.
Yeah.
You know?
I know.
But as long as you're in love, as long as your heart's open and you're inspired, that's really all that matters.
Right.
Because like when they got back together a few years ago, I was like, this is the best story in the world. Like it was like such a pop culture moment. I'm
it's
like, this is amazing.
Like it made so much sense, but it was like, how is this even happening? It was like so exciting.
I know. I wonder if it was like too much like commercialized pressure on them too.
Because I think J-Lo loves that, but I don't know if Ben does.
Because it was the newsletter, then the wedding announcement, then the documentary, then the tour. Right. I think he probably was like, I can't handle that. And maybe she's like, okay, we did that. Now we can just kind of
yeah.
Now she wants to do musicals.
Are you so excited for the Kiss of a Spider Woman?
I am, and I'm so bummed that I wasn't able to go to the premiere because that was on Monday and I came in on Monday.
Okay.
I wanted to go so bad, but it just didn't work out. I love supporting her. Like I've been a fan since I was like in high school. I used to go to TRL like the whole night.
Wow.
Yeah, and she remembers me the whole time.
Really?
Like like I was actually Mark Anthony hired me as he didn't hire me, but he asked me to come like in drag. As Jennifer to her 40th birthday.
Whoa.
Yeah, and that was the same theater that I filmed my Stephen Meisel Showgirl video years later.
Whoa.
And so
That's
she's
crazy.
known me for a long time, and she's seen my like whole like transition and my journey being like in the public eye. And you know, we've had moments where she's like, you know, don't change, don't let Hollywood change you. Don't, you know, she can sense that I'm a good person, and so it's really special. Like I have a special connection with her that, you know, is not like I don't be putting it out there all the time, but I want the best for her, and she inspires me and everyone. So
I love that so much. And I saw you comment on a clip from her recent appearance on The View where she talks about how the kiss of a Spider Woman kind of touches both the Latin community and the queer community, and there's that like gorgeous intersection of celebrating both communities, and you're part of both communities. So during a very divisive socio-political time, how does it feel for someone like Jennifer Lopez to continue the good fight to advocate for people in those communities? Yeah,
you know, it feels good because there's been so much pushback, especially from like cis het people, Republicans, conservatives, you know, like and there's strength in numbers too, and I feel like unfortunately social media can influence people that are sort of like in between to like lean more a certain way depending on how many likes you get, you know. So it's nice to see that someone like her, like as big as she is, this global like icon can show support in a way that's authentic and real, and not, you know, in a way that like it feels like there's an agenda.
Yeah,
right.
Because also you're saying like what gets you the most likes and everything. I feel there's even a lot of people in the overarching queer community who are doing the same thing, where they're like, "Oh, please, take them, not me." You know what I mean? Type of thing.
I saw like they wanted to divorce.
LGB.
Did you see that?
Yes.
The LGB wants to divorce the T and the Q. I'm like, what is going on?
They have CTE because they're a fucking idiot, and it's like the same thing. I mean, there are even, you know, people in Miami who are sometimes on the show who think a similar way. I
heard Martine doesn't like
trans athletes
and,
or surrogacy.
Trans athletes, and surrogacy.
What have you had interactions with Martina?
I would love to.
What would you say to Martina? Because I feel like I would say something similar to her, but you live in Miami.
This is the thing. I would ask Martina to like take me to like play tennis or something. Because I suck at tennis.
That's true. Yeah.
I just wanted to know that there's no advantage here. Like I promise. Like you know, but also like some people just don't know trans people on a personal level, you know, and I think that's really where a lot of this ignorance comes from, like people just talking out of like this strange ideology that's influenced by ignorance, you know. And so I mean, people think all the time, I'm in the gym, I work out, I lift weights. Do you not understand? It's taken me like 6 years to grow these tiny little biceps. You know, like my male genetics are not helping me at all, especially the estrogen that I take does not help with developing muscle. And so, you know, because I've met people in gym culture that they're like, oh, well, but you're trans. Like, it must be so easy for you to get into shape. I'm like, no, actually, like, it's my HRT treatment is counterproductive to me, like gaining muscle mass and tightening up. Like, I swear, like, I skip a meal, or like I'll skip like a healthy meal, and like the next morning I'm so like bloated and puffy, and it's like I can't. It's so hard for me to like trim up sometimes, and so people wouldn't know that because they don't know someone that's gonna be willing to open up that way.
Yeah,
you know.
Have you and Julia ever had discussions about Martina or no?
No. I tried to like get in there, but
she shut it down.
Not she shut it down, but like I think I just asked at the wrong time. Like we were at the task force gala, and I started.
That's a pretty good time to bring up
like I started
trans rights, I would say, in your defense.
Yeah. Like I started to talk about like Martina, but then they were like, the producers like took us into the next room, and then everyone got distracted. So yeah.
I see. Yeah, no, that would have been. That would have hit hard. I feel like it would have hit for the audience hearing you confront Julia about that, because for whatever reason that whole narrative got lost in the sauce this season. And I don't know if that was intentional or not on production's part, but it would have been nice to have Carmen Carrera unpack that with Julia.
Like how Andy asked Julia about surrogacy, because he had his kids via surrogacy.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. I mean, honestly, I try not to critique too much of like the production and stuff, because I do like have respectful boundaries when it comes to work.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I caught myself getting bored this season. I think maybe because a lot of the girls have been on for so long that, you know, it's human nature. Like you try to like figure out how you can control. You know, and so you're going to be less vulnerable and less transparent and less authentic. And unfortunately, that makes for boring TV. Like you just have to like be real. So I'm hoping that maybe next season we can see, you know, some more of the ladies besides like trying to be the calculated arguments. Like I don't really care for that.
That's
like
a true point.
Yeah. And maybe we can get in there with the conversation. Like when it's coming from a real place and not from a place of like, well, I want to pick a fight with you, so I have to like try to contrive how I'm going to do that, my strategy, because I can sense that sometimes that's what's happening.
Yeah.
We are going to take a quick break, and we're going to be back with more Carmen Carrera. Do not go anywhere. And we are back with Page 6 Radio. I'm Denny Murphy.
I'm Evan Real.
And we've been hanging out with Carmen Carrera, having so much fun.
Yeah, so much fun.
Oh, my God.
Wait, Carmen, I just remembered we were talking about you months and months and months ago when we had T.S. Madison on our podcast.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
Because we were talking about the potential, because that was when we had seen you being spotted filming with the Miami crew. And, you know, T.S. for so long has been like, put me on Atlanta Housewives. Let me be the first trans housewife. And that has not happened for her yet. But we were like, if it was Carmen, that could be really cool. And she was very supportive of you, and I know that you and TS have had your kind of like ups and downs, a special little journey. Where are things with TS today?
I think they're good. I mean,
really, honestly, I think.
No, because you know, you never really know. Really know. But it seems pretty authentic. You know, and we'll see. I need to hang out with her more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think we definitely got off on the wrong foot. She knows how I feel about it, and you know, for her, it's just like, you know, it's done. Like it's water under the bridge. Like, and so I agree, and I would love to see her on Atlanta Housewives. I'm not sure what her real life looks like though, which I kind of want to. I want to know what that looks like. Yeah. Like I feel like with me, like I don't really, I'm not like really in the like drag world that much. Like people book me to come and do shows from time to time, but I'm not in it like how she's in it. Like she's so personality forward. So I'd love to know, like, who is she? I think I asked her once, like, who are you dating? Like, is there, you know, someone in your life? And she was like, she didn't really answer. So I'm like,
that's usually when it's like someone's in the life.
Yeah. Like, what's going on? I really want to know what's going on.
Yeah.
But you know, I love her energy and her spirit, and she's like such a wise person. She has so much experience. She has so much to offer.
Yeah.
Especially for trans women of color, like who come from a background of sex work. Like, you know, she is that person that, you know, can make it out, you know, and create a new life. And I think for us in our generation, it's redefining what possibilities are available for trans people, and that includes like trans Latinas, like you know, exactly. So it's like all these different facets of the trans experience need to be shown and expressed. So it would be a blessing to really see like what her life, you know, is, and,
I would
show
love that. Yeah,
that'd be so amazing.
And I love to, because Trans Los Angeles is streaming now on Prime for Hispanic Heritage Month, right? Yes. Oh my God, that is so exciting. I want to. It's going to be a rainy weekend, so I'm very excited to watch that, and also Victoria Beckham's new documentary. Those are my plans for the weekend. Yes,
that's a good combo.
I know, very
Carmen Carrera and Victoria Beckham.
I know, too glamorous. I know. I'm gonna like come in next week with an entire new outfit. I'm like, I need to be chicer.
Yeah,
I need to get glam.
It's time for the fall. I like the fall sweater though.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
a
nice.
little
It's cozy.
I know. J-Lo was on a podcast this week, and they said only she can wear green. So I'm messing up. I'm stealing J-Lo's color.
You're paying homage.
I'm paying homage.
Yeah.
It's a little. I don't think I'm gonna create Google image out of this, but
who knows? Who knows?
Would you have a favorite J-Lo song?
Yeah, of all
I know
time.
that's hard.
Ooh, I like Walking on Sunshine.
Oh, it's so good and so underrated and should have been a single.
It's such like a
and
happy
we
song.
should have had a video.
Yeah, and then there's some of her Spanish songs are really good too. Te Voy a Querer is one of my favorite songs. You got to really get into the Spanish JLo songs. Ooh, they're fires. I feel like she's got more like passion in there too.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. Well, you have passion everywhere you go, Carmen. Thank you so much for stopping by.
Yes, this was
Trans
so much
Los
fun.
Angeles, streaming now on Prime for Hispanic Heritage Month. Congratulations again on the award and everything. So much fun. And guys, we'll talk to you tomorrow with Davis Burleson from TikTok Radio.